Hey there, movie buffs. Welcome. This is Quinn's Movie Review Corner. I'm going to be reviewing um, Dog Eat Dog at the request of a guy at the Exchange. I bought a bunch of movies. He's like, you got to review this one. So I am. Here I am. Anytime anybody makes a request, I absolutely do it. Um, Dog Eat Dog. Nicolas Cage. His character is Troy. William Dafoe's character is Mad Dog, and then there's a guy named Diesel on the movie. I'm not sure his um, the actor's name, but very beginning, very beginning of the movie, William Dafoe is doing a lot of drugs in a very pink, pink, pink house. Like everything is pink, and he's so out of place there, and it's so funny. I'm like, okay, first time I watched it, I'm like, okay, so did he kill somebody there that has, or is he just like holed up in there? Did he break in? Is that his mom's house? You know, something like that. So in walks Tammy, trailer park or trailer trash Tammy, trailer park Tammy, Cheryl Lynn. Hopefully, I'll be able to put a picture up. She's from Vine, all the way from Vine. I loved her videos where it was like there's a picture of like some kind of a backdrop and it says, "Man, that's so or just so beautiful," and she walks by and goes, "Thank you." I love it.
Not quite what I was expecting. Yeah, it's an old picture, but it's pretty much the same thing. Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. Thank you.
Breathtakingly beautiful.
Thank
Wow, so beautiful.
you. Thanks.
And then she does the mukbangs for Taco Bell. I love those. I watch those all the time. But she's definitely not character Tammy. She's more church type. That's why the whole house is pink. She's wearing a pink shirt, and he's he's like her ex boyfriend, kind of like. It's more of a I had experience with this in my family life, but there's something that's like a homeless person falls in love so that they can live there, and that's it. That's pretty much how it is. And yeah, that's pretty much how it was. He's like, I just need to stay one more night. I'll make ribs, that kind of a thing. She gets. He makes some funny faces when he goes into this blue room. I'm guessing it's like his room because it's blue and not pink. But he's making faces, and hopefully I'll put some, be able to record off the TV and put it on there. The faces are hilarious that he makes. Then she gets mad at him for watching adult videos on her computer, which are for taxes, emails, and church something. And she basically tries to kick him out. The funniest thing is the little guy William Dafoe. I mean, yes, he played what was it, the Green Goblin. Yeah, he played Green Goblin, but I didn't realize how short he was. He comes up to like here on Cheryl, so he's like trying to push her, and she's not like she's like, I wanted a little bit of that Tammy to come out. Like, are you really pushing? Like have her push him, and he flies across the room or something. But then he kills her. He kills his daughter. He's a messed up guy, basically. The whole movie is just messed up, and I love it. It's crazy. Okay, so Troy, Nicolas Cage, and Mad Dog William Dafoe's character are in prison, and Mad Dog saves him. So he owes his life basically, and they're all like small time, doing little things like little robbing jobs and thieving jobs and stuff like that. Think of Ocean's 11, but Ocean's 1. Ocean's point .5 or something like that. And yeah, they rob a guy for a bunch of how do I want to nose candy, and they get $9,000 and that's it for like these. You can tell it's a lot more than nine grand. They party and party and party and party like it was the most amazing thing that they could do. Probably the high of doing the thing and getting away with it. All right, so William Dafoe is the drug addict, typical drug addict, and Troy, Nicolas Cage's character, is a simp. And the reason I say that is because he like tries to fall in love with every woman that he meets. He was with a sex worker. He's like talking all this stuff about Paris and stuff like that, and she's just like trying to get like $300 for this, $500 for that, $1,000 for this, and he's just like going off on these tangents about Paris, or not Paris, France, and talking about Torrevicine or something like that. It's a crystal.
Have you ever been to Nice?
No. What's that?
It's in France. It's a beach town. I guess you could call it like a resort spot. The thing, because when you're flying in, it's like this blue sky, and then the water is so blue than your eyes blue. And then the two reflect each other and bounce off the wide of the plane. I want to go back there. Maybe some money in the next couple of months. You want to go there with me?
It's an extra $300. But I'll make it worth your while if I know how to
Can I just ask you one thing?
Sure.
Would you be interested in going to Nice with me? To get away from all this for a little while?
Yeah, where's Nice again?
In fucking France.
Yeah, I don't know. I still gotta get my headshots taken. And then there's...
And he gives it to her. It's like a necklace or bracelet or something like that. And so he still gives it to her, and the next day, or however long it is, it's on eBay already. He's all about the Humphrey Bogart 1930s romance gangster type of movies.
That classic movie star look like Marlene Dietrich. Like I could be your Bogart, you can be my Dietrich. You like those classic movie stars with there? Like Cagney, Bogart, Edward G.
He even talks like him sometime in one part, but I'll get to that later. Oh, Diesel is smash and go like he's a what Rocky was before he was a mob guy that would beat up people for a mob guy, and so that he would be able to pay, they would pay the mob guy, you know what I mean? So that was pretty much his job, is the muscle. Okay, so while they were going through the party and stuff, Diesel met a girl at the bar, and he took her back to his room, and she was asking him the typical questions: what kind of music do you listen to, that kind of stuff, just to get to know you. And he started going off and getting all upset, and he's like,
What do you mean? I mean, I'm just saying, you said you don't really like Cleveland, so like, or do you like to go hang out, or you like have fun?
Hang out, have fun.
Alright. I mean, like, what are your friends like?
I don't have fucking friends.
The fuck is this?
Right.
The 20 fucking questions. And you know what's up.
I just got out of prison. And she's like, but you know that. And she goes, no, I don't know that. And then he gets mad at her because she should have known that or something like that, whatever. And it was interesting in the hallway. She was leaving because he was like, breaking stuff. And she's like, I understand what you're saying. I just don't feel safe right now. I'm gonna leave.
Excuse me?
You know, I mean, you knew I was in prison.
No, you didn't tell me that.
Yeah, but you fucking knew from when we were in the bar. And I said it'd be a bad move for me to get the fucking bartender. I said it would be a bad choice for me. And you had this fucking look in your eye like, yeah.
No, I didn't. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Motherfucker, you don't! You're always asking, this to me, that. The truth of the fucking matter is, I don't know fucking anything. I've been locked up in a fucking garbage can for years.
No, I understand that. I get that.
Look, I don't want to seem crazy.
No, I didn't say you were crazy.
Listen, please. I'm not a bad person.
No, I understand that. I know. I don't feel safe right now. And I don't feel safe, and I have to leave now.
And he let her leave, and I'm like, oh, good. I don't know why. But, yeah, Nicolas Cage Troy wanted to get a bigger job while he wants to get a bigger job at the same time as William Dafoe's character Mad Dog is freaking out about the carpet, rubbing his feet on the carpet like what was that? Die Hard. That's right. Bruce Willis, Die Hard. When he rubs his feet on the carpet.
You know what I fucking love? Check it out. You cats not freaking out about this?
So Troy wants to get a bigger job and more pay, like a big job like on the bank job. The bank job or Ocean's 11, one of those big ones. And he talks to a guy who talks to a guy, and they figure out, okay, well, you can kidnap this kid. They said he was 1 year old, but this kid couldn't be he couldn't walk. Do they walk at 1? I'm not a dad, so I don't know. But the kid looked a lot smaller than 1, younger than 1. I don't know. Anyways, it's like $250,000 for each if they succeed. So they're going to this house, and this other guy goes to the house, and he says something about, I'm going over to my baby mama's house, and I'm like, oh no, that's the dad. Because that's who they're going to extort. And he sits on the couch because he thinks that his girl, or his baby mama has a boyfriend. So he sits on the couch with a gun, and they just walk right by him. He must have fell asleep, and the nanny is sleeping next to the baby who's awake. That's which is a weird thing, anyways. But they're about to pick up the kid, and some guy just turns on the light, and he goes, "You guys are so effed." And as he was saying effed, Mad Dog turned around and blew his head off with a shotgun. That was a cool effect. I might put something over here.
Oh, you guys are so fucked. Te jodieron.
But now that I know how to edit and everything better. So they blew him away. The kid's screaming, crying, obviously. The nanny is crying, you know, getting upset or whatever. They take the nanny takes the kid. Diesel takes who takes the? Anyways, one of them takes the nanny to another place, and two characters, I think it was Troy and Diesel, wrap up the guy and put him in the trunk, and then Troy waits for the mom. Then he shoots her instead of having her call her husband or baby's dad, right? Baby's dad, whatever. He shoots her, and then they meet up, and they leave the baby and the nanny in like an apartment type of thing. Leaves her there with the cell phone, which is crazy. Saying that like they got guys outside and they would shoot him if somebody came up, like cops or whatever. If she called the cops and cops came up, they would shoot the cops and then them or whatever, But one of my favorite lines of that little scene with the baby is well, no, not that one, but Troy says, where's the thing that you put in the baby's mouth? And then Mad Dog says something completely inappropriate. That's why I laughed just now, because it's a funny thing, but
No, you know how. Where's the thing you put in the fucking baby's mouth? What's it?
The thing that made me laugh, I think, is, please, take him. He annoys me.
Kids! Take the baby downstairs, he annoys me.
So, they leave him. They go to... Hello. So, they go and dump the body of the guy. No, not Troy, but Diesel and Mad Dog go up there, and in between Cleveland and Toledo, which I live in Ohio, and that's pretty cool that it takes place in Ohio. So I don't know if they filmed in Ohio, but anyways, they go off and they're going to dump the body, and when they do this, because that's where they are. Mad Dog confesses to Diesel that he ended up killing Cheryl Lynn. I can't remember her character's name, but he killed her and he killed his daughter, and that's where they're dumping the body. And so they go up there. This is so funny. They take him to an abandoned Coast Guard place up in Toledo, and instead of just dropping him off at the entrance, they take him up a flight of stairs and set him on a platform, and then the weight of everybody just collapses, and they all fall. And then Diesel picks up a gun, puts it underneath Mad Dog's chin, and blows him away. Like, were you going to do that before you fell, or was the fall just a was the fall just upsetting that you needed to kill him? The place that he shot him, though, when at the very beginning he's like this, and then there's a eye right here on his chin. There's an eye that's tattooed right there. So when you look like this, it's looking at you. It's very, very. There's a lot of symbolism in this movie. That's where he got shot, right there and through the eye, and I'm guessing it was probably because Mad Dog was a liability. And because it, like, in case somebody comes along, finds the bodies, figures out Mad Dog offed himself because he was, you know, not wanted. But why would, anyways, committed suicide, like triple homicide, suicide type of thing. And they get more, Diesel and Troy get more money that way. Probably. But at the very beginning, there's a little black and white scene, and every once in a while, there's a little bit of black and white. Basically, just like symbolic of Troy's obsession with 1930s films. They talk about Taylor Swift. Troy looks at a magazine on Taylor Swift. And she actually has a very small extra role in it, like a person that's an extra. I recognized her right away. I was like, "Hey, that's Taylor Swift!" But that is explained by another reason. So they figure out that Mad Dog killed the guy that blew his brain. He shot him with a shotgun. The guy who he did that with, or to, was the guy that was supposed to be extorted. So they effed it up again. Mad Dog, I mean, you know, I knew it right from the beginning. I'm like, I bet that's him. I bet that's him. And they just blows him away. I'm like, what are they gonna do now? So they go to an Apple's store, not Apple as in like Apple products like iPhones type stuff. They go into an actual Apple's supermarket, which we have in Ohio. Not very many, but it was crazy. I was like, okay, so I saw there was a Family Dollar down, so I'm like, okay, so we're going to the Family Dollar. No, they went to the Apple's. So one of the managers in the grocery store noticed Diesel had a concealed carry gun on his hip, and he called the police, basically saying that like he's giving off bad vibes, which there are people in the world that like. Well, to be honest, if I was a manager at a store and I saw somebody carrying a gun and they weren't doing anything besides shopping, I probably wouldn't call the police on them. But at the same time, got to go with your gut, you know. And he went with his gut, and so they one went into the store, one went into the up to the car. Yeah. She has to use it. She has to suck on this hand. She's suckling on my fingers. That's what she's doing. So I was very surprised at what happened with the female cop that went up to Troy's car, because I was assuming that he would just try to pick her up, basically. Because he has that charisma in this movie, like every, you know, like on Face Off. Speaking of Face Off, one of the when he was talking about the job, he was saying like a job so big it'll take your tit off or something like that. Tits off.
Tits off.
And it made me think of Face Off, because that's what, that's one of the things that he says a lot on the movie Face Off. She asked him to step out of the car because the registration's overdue. And he asks to grab his coat. So she does, she lets him, and then he turns around and hauls off and punches her in the face, slow motion punches her in the face. And I'm like, oh, I was not expecting that at all, because women usually don't get hit in movies. Then her partner came up and started beating on him with a, billy club or whatever. Diesel comes out, shoots the girl in the chest. The woman cop shoots her in the chest, then runs off. Then a sheriff, which has the same colors for the sheriff, black and gold, comes up and he shoots him in the leg, takes his car. One of the rules for their big job was samurai style, which means it's either complete victory or they all go down in a blaze of glory, basically. So nobody would rat on the other person, type of a thing. Well, Mad Dog's already gone, and they're doing high-speed chase through downtown Cleveland, and Troy's voice in Diesel's head is going, samurai style, samurai style, samurai style. And he just turns the wheel. Craziest thing is he spins around upside down in like he crashed. But then they look outside and it's just crashed into the building and that's it. Like maybe he didn't have his seatbelt on or something like that. Doesn't really say that he died. It just, he was probably or just knocked out, or he did die. Then Troy's character gets beat up so much by these two cops, dragged behind the cop car, and that's when Taylor Swift comes in. There's an old couple at a 50s diner, 30s diner, whatever. Ew. Slobbering all over my fingers. Yuck. Yeah, my fingers are wet from her slobbering on them. Anyways, he abducts him, puts a gun to the guy's head and, takes his gun and, that kind of thing. And so that's when he's talking like Humphrey Bogart, and it's not really black. Is this hand not good enough now? This hand is chopped liver? Ew. It's so gross.
Hey? On TV, shootout. Yes, but it wasn't like they say. Well, how was it? You ever been inside, Reverend, in the joint? Yes, sir. Well, then you know. Guys pass, guys made mistakes. They say they forgive you, but they never do. They're always looking at you, trying to catch you at something. All we want, heck, all anybody wants is justice. I was explaining to the officer, and she panicked. She thought I was resisting. Yeah, that's right, resisting, and my friend was just trying to save me. Hey, wait a minute.
So he's talking like Humphrey Bogart, and I was thinking, okay, so this has got to be like a dream or something, because there's fog and he's in a suit and talking like he is, and that kind of thing. And the police, it was crazy. The police pulled him over. He pulled over, started shooting at the police. The police shot the car up, killed the couple, and then he ran away and got hit in the back and, died or whatever. then it comes back to Nicolas Cage's voiceover narration, and he gets unhooked from the when he was dragged and thrown back into the car. Don't know if he's alive or dead or just knocked out or whatever. But it was very... I watched this movie twice just to get... Because the first time I was like... Huh? What? And then I got to thinking about it. I'm like... There was a lot of symbolism. The symbolism being... Humphrey Bogart, at the beginning, it was... Actually, I just realized this now. He was wearing the suit, the same type of suit as he was at the end. Anyways, black and white style movie. The tattoo right there, getting shot right there. Like, there's a lot of symbol. And Taylor Swift, Mad Dog says, and who the F is Taylor Swift? Because they were talking about what they know about while they're incarcerated and they don't know while they're in, you know, like Facebook and things like that. And so then Troy is reading an article about Taylor Swift, and then Taylor Swift is the waitress that takes the, you know, plates away and stuff like that. It's a really, really, really good movie. I would have to say an 8 out of 10. Original, like, it wasn't that normal, one job and done type of movie like the Bank Job, the Italian Job, Ocean's 11, Ocean's 12, Ocean's 13, Ocean's 14, Ocean's 15, whatever it is. It was more of a trying to come up in the ranks, but also completely fucking up. Completely fucking up every single thing. Yeah. This movie was very, very, very good. I hope you enjoyed the fish. I got it to like purplish looking. I got an app on my phone to change the thing. I can do blue, all kinds of stuff. Purple, orange. I like orange. That'll work. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope I'm able to get as much filming about the video and edit it, everything like that. I enjoyed making the video. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun making like watching the movie. And if you have any suggestions on movies that I can review, I will absolutely take those into account. Hope you enjoyed. Subscribe and like, share, comment, all that jazz. Have fun.